his lucky birthday. A doctor, the General Secretary of the People's National Party, the next Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Eastern, Albert Town, Southern Trelawny, Region 1, make welcome General Secretary Dr.
Mix up the original.
Ease. Give me something for the mic. Oh, check. Covered chair. Respect you. Covered leader and next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bart Jefferson Golden. We're going to sweep a few parishes in the next election, and Trelawny is one of them. Comrade Pat Moore, Comrade Matt Neal, big up yourself. All the comrades on the platform, the comrades in the audience, greetings. I normally take a microphone and just light a fire. But I want to have a reasoning with you this evening. I want to have a reasoning with you this evening. Because the situation as presented by Comrade Vice President Ian Hales is a real situation. That's the lived reality of the people. And the only thing that can cause the majority of the people to escape that reality is for them to have a proper education. A proper education. Education is a vaccine against poverty. It can break the intergenerational chains of poverty. No matter where you're coming from, education will prove that your dreams are still valid. I have gone on several platforms across this country, and I have spoken about where I come from. And I did so because people used to try use it for cuss me. And so I started to use it to motivate someone that they too can achieve their greatest desires and their wildest dreams. But I did not do it by myself. I did it because the People's National Party created an environment, so as long as I applied myself, I could make it because the policies were there. We develop policies to solve problems. You don't just get up and propose things if you don't have a problem that you're solving. So when you hear a political platform and a policy is proposed, the first thing is that you must identify what is the problem that they are seeking to solve. We have looked at the education outcomes in this country. And when we look at it, we realize that 3 out of every 10 students is not going to school properly. They call it absenteeism. Those children don't go to school 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 days per week. Once that happens, it disrupts your entire education. So, when I was growing up, my father is a ganja planter. He's a farmer. And they lock him up, send him gone to prison. And my mother was a domestic helper. But one thing she made sure was that we went to school every single day. If she had to deny herself, she did so that her children could pass the worst. She sacrificed everything to send us to school. There were days she sent us to school with just the money for the transportation, nothing for lunch. But she said, go on to school, the Lord will provide a way. When we looked at the absenteeism problem in Jamaica, the leader of the party in his budget presentation said we are going to deal with two things. Picnic not going to school for two main reasons. One, nutrition. They don't have anything to eat. You don't have no money to give them to buy food. And Ian show you just now that when you buy the local food so them can have dinner, nothing no left, so you can't find the money to send them to school. The second reason why they're not going to school is because of transportation. Some of it, there isn't the access, and some of them cannot afford it. And we made two proposals to deal with that problem. The first proposal that we made is the EASE program. The EASE program says that every needy child in school will get a warm, nutritious meal under the next People's National Party government. When we looked at the information, we saw that the Food and Agriculture Organization said that 55 out of every 100 children, every 100 person in the country, they are suffering from food insecurity. They're not eating a proper meal. We realized that of the 400,000 students in school, 55 out of every 100 now eat properly too. And so we decide that in primary and high school, if you are in need, we will provide you with one warm, nutritious meal every day. Because of how this party is, this is the party of the people. This is the party that looks about the interests of the people. So in solving the problem of feeding the children, we decide that the schools, whether it's Albertown, Troy, Cedric Titus, William Nib, Holland, whichever school it is in Trelawny, they must tell us what the menu is going to be. And when they tell us that Albertown is going to need £500 of Irish for the month, £600 of pumpkin for the month, we are going to say, MP Paul Patmore, go and get your farmers to produce the Irish and the pumpkin and the callaloo, and they will have a guaranteed market right in the schools. The next PNP government is going to spend $9 billion with the farmers of this country so that the farmers make money and the children have a nutritious meal.
Don't show your face, Mr. Cat, because them can't stop you, Selassie, I know. Yeah! Lord of mercy. Come, it's a special dedication to all farmer, whether you live a sentence or in a Nova. Cause this is Mr. Cat, the beer back rider. The style when you go get them, I go run Jamaica and in a land.
So that's the nutrition part of it. That's the nutrition part of it. We realize that there is a transportation part of it. And so we said, seeing that students are not going to school because they either don't have access to transportation where they live or their parents can't afford it, we thought about what can we do to impact on that, to ensure that more students can get to go to school. And the leader proposed the RIDE program, which is to give $500 per day, $2,500 per week, or $10,000 per month to that needy child towards their transportation so they can get to school. When we were growing up, some of us had to get up before crack of dawn because we have to take turns in the one local shower way in the house, and we have to get ready and go to the road, go flag down a taxi in order to get to school. In some of the schools now, they have contracts with private transport providers So you see coasters park up at the high schools, 10, 20 of them that transport the children. The current government of Jamaica sponsors 7,500 children who are on path to go to school. We have said that we will sponsor 20,000 more every single day. So when they get up and they criticize the policy, it is the same thing that they are doing now for children on path. Stop bad buying the children Labour Party. We are going to send them to school in a safe and secured transportation. And this party is again the People's Party. So when we decide that we are going to give them that money to go to school, we are going to ask the guidance counselor, we are going to ask the social worker, identify the child that needs it, and then we are going to work with the same private providers that are taking the students now, carry some of them here pick me whenever did I get figure, because the government will pay for them so that they can go to school. We don't just come up and propose something just so. Everything is proposed to solve a problem for the greater good of the people of this country. So when your $16,000 run out with a grocery bill, just understand that the next PNP government is going to ease off the pressure, because you're going to get transportation help. And when the people reach a school, they have a warm, nutritious meal waiting on them so they can learn and become the best version of themselves. We don't look a fool argument with Labour right in that campaign, you know. This campaign is about easing off the pressure of the people of Jamaica. We're tired of the suffering under this government. We're tired of the lies and the deception under this government. We want a real government that cares about the people of this country. They came and they told you that Clarkstown, which is shared by North and South Trelawny, they told you they were going to make it into a city last year, February. They never put it in the budget last year, March. They never put it in the budget this year, March, because a trick them did a trick you. But the next PNP government is going to bring development to the people of Trelawny. The farmers, I want the farmers, hold on just a little bit longer, because help is on its way. Those who crop suffering from yam rust disease, hold on a little bit longer, because help is on its way. Those who don't have any storage when you reap your crop, hold on a little longer, help is on its way. Those who have to carry a load by your head or use mule and donkey, hold on just a little bit longer, because help is on its way. We have in our president a man that we can be proud of. We have in our president a man that is dignified. I tell them, few years ago, when them catch a youth with a little jar weed, them used to lock them up and give them a criminal record, even for a spliff tail. There was one politician in the parliament that said, no, this is not right. Because when you get that criminal record, you can't go on farm work. You can't work with government. Them lock up a youth named Mario Dean and them beat him and kill him in there. One politician among us put up him hand and stood up for the people of Jamaica and said this can't continue any longer. That politician is Mark Jefferson Golden, the president of the People's National Party. Enough for them talking and running off their mouth. Ask this government what institution have they built in their term in office. What meaningful piece of legislation have they put in place in their term in office? When Mark Golding was Minister of Justice, he passed over 100 pieces of legislation in the Parliament. We are talking about an extraordinary legislator. Just recently, poor people catch look a bit of tourism, something we come, and start go Airbnb. People take out a loan, build one extra room for their house, build one local property and I use it for Airbnb. Here comes Ed Bartlett wanting to tax the Airbnb operators. It was Mark Jefferson Golden that intervened in the Parliament and tell them, say, this your billion already yet. Go back, go work on this, and we'll and come again. I don't want us to allow them to pass them place with the leader of the party. So we are going to define him for the people of Jamaica, because we now allow people who can't get certified to come and run past them place and I try style the integrity boss. 36 long years ago, when I was 6 running around in my brief without shirt, Comrade Mark Jefferson Golden got married to the love of his life, a dark chocolate and Nubian goddess by the name of Sandra Golden, who is his loving wife, the mother of his children, and the woman that still brings a smile to his face. I want you to understand that a year time when the Integrity Commission do them assessment and check about the financial standing of the people in the country, they say, Mark Golding, you are passed and certified. We have no interest in your financial affairs. Everything is in order. And so, comrades in Trelawny, I want you to understand that you have in your party president a social justice champion. You have as your leader an integrity boss. You have the best legislator in the Parliament. You have a successful businessman. You have the top corporate lawyer in the country. You have a caring, compassionate, one burner in Mark Jefferson Golden. Make welcome the president of the PNP, the leader of the opposition, next Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Marky G, I know you a champion. Everybody wave on the right hand. Put up your fist. Hey, Marky G, we don't know, so none of them not like me. See them all hype up, but that still not spite me. Holding a cut and cut through because I love in a yard. And none of them can. Hey, Marky G, me don't.
Easy. Easy, selector. Pull up that. Comrade chairman of the meeting. I should say chairpersons, because whoever dynamic duo doing that work today. All of the comrades on the platform, all of the workers and warriors, foot soldiers, supporters of the People's National Party from all parts of Trelawny who are here tonight. PNP River, come down, bank to bank in Albert Town. I have spent quite a bit of time in Trelawny over the last 2 weeks. I did a tour of North Trelawny with Dr. Wickham McNeil. Then we had our bus tour that the first night of it ended in Falmouth, and we had a wonderful rally in Water Square in Falmouth. And may I tell you, the energy was something else. Today, I met with Comrade Paul Patmore over by Low River, and we drive through parts of South Trelawny. I went down to Troy, we look at the bridge, we had a spot meeting, and then here we are in Albert Town. And I just want to first of all thank everybody who was part of the tour, both in North Trelawny the other day and in South Trelawny today, because you have showed me that when the next election is called, we are going to sweep this parish and the PNP will be in charge here in Trelawny. You have two excellent candidates. In the north, you have a medical doctor, a former minister of government, minister of tourism, an experienced man of business, an experienced man in government administration. In the south, you have a businessman, a passionate community leader, a man who even before he has become MP has been outperforming the existing MP in South Trelawny in delivering service and help to the people. I am very proud and pleased in the performance of both of our candidates and their teams. And I just have to ask all of you here tonight, we are approaching the day when we will be asked to choose who will form the next government in Jamaica and who will represent you in these two constituencies. You have put in a lot of work. You have shown a lot of passion for your party. You are not for sale. Michael Manley taught us that. You will stand firm when they bring whatever pressure they try to bring to stop you from making the choice of the PNP. And I say to you tonight, don't get tired, nothing never get weary. We are going to do what we have to do to make sure that Jamaica gets the change it needs, because better must come. Time come for a better life. You have heard the plans we have for the students who need help. Those who are often absent from school because their parents struggle to find the lunch money or the transportation situation is too hard. And those policies are in keeping with the traditions of the People's National Party, which is around uplifting the people of Jamaica, especially those who need the state to make their life better and give them a chance to step up. We have other policies and programs in a similar vein and following those same traditions. In the area of housing, we plan to build 50,000 affordable houses over the next 5 years. We are identifying public lands which are not suitable for agriculture. that we will make available to the housing entities in the government to build housing for the people. And we are not going to include the value of the land in the price of the house. So when you get one of those houses to buy, the day you buy that house, you will be $2 to $3 million richer because you're not paying for the land value that you're getting in the price of that house. We are going to repurpose the National Housing Trust to fulfill the original vision of its founder, Michael Joshua Manley, which was to provide housing and financing for housing to ordinary Jamaicans, workers and other subscribers who need help to get onto the ownership ladder. We are going to be stopping the taking of $11.4 billion a year out of the Housing Trust to fund the country's budget. The Jamaica Labour Party has been doing that for the last 10 years. We are going to provide a deposit grant scheme for young subscribers, young members of the Housing Trust who have been in the Housing Trust contributing for at least 2 years. That will enable them to find the money to pay down on the house to cover the deposit, and that money will not have to be paid back. That will be a grant courtesy of the People's National Party to our young people so they can step up into ownership in the economy. We have the rent to own scheme because many of you don't get a pay slip, whether fortnightly or monthly, because you may not be employed in that way. You might be self-employed. You may be a barber or a hairdresser, a cosmetologist, a taxi owner, a taxi driver, a farmer. But we want you to be eligible to get an NHT mortgage to buy one of those affordable houses that we will be building. So we will enable you to go into possession as a tenant of those houses. And as a tenant, you'll be paying the rent equal to what the mortgage would be. And as long as you're able to make those payments for a period of time, we have in mind 6 months, we will treat you as having proved your income, even though you don't have a pay slip, and we will enable you to access the mortgage, draw down on the loan, buy the house, and move from tenant to owner with your owner door key, owning your piece of the rock. We have heard that the PNP is the party of education. We have a concept which we will be implementing, which is the first in family scholarship, because we recognize that the biggest antidote to poverty, the thing that eliminates poverty more effectively than anything else, is a good education. And so we are saying, if you are from a family and you are the first person from your family ever to qualify to go university or college, and you're struggling to finance it, the next People's National Party government will provide you with a full scholarship to university or college so that you can get qualified and degreed, and you will be able to help your brothers and sisters to step up as well and move the whole family out of poverty. And for the student loan borrowers, we have a plan for you. We will cap the monthly payment to a percentage of your actual income so that you will never be in distress from having to find the money to service your student loan. And if there's ever a time that you're out of work, we will suspend the obligation to pay so that you do not become a delinquent borrower. It doesn't spoil your credit, and you will tack those payments onto the back end of the loan until you get back on your feet and you can resume paying on your student loan. We are thinking about the Jamaican people and their needs. For persons with disabilities, Mark Jefferson Golin came from a family that devoted their careers to uplifting persons with disabilities. My father, Professor John Golding, was the man who built what is now called the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. He built it after the polio epidemic in the 1950s. And my mother, after myself and my sister were born, she dedicated the rest of her career to helping him to run that institution for persons with disabilities. The next PNP government will, first of all, having been the government that had signed the UN Convention for the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, and having been the government that brought the Disabilities Act to Parliament and passed it, even though this government then took 7 years to bring it into effect, we are going to be establishing the Disabilities Fund of $1 billion a year to support persons with disabilities to get access to employment, access to housing, access to education, assistive aids, better sidewalk conditions, bathroom facilities in public buildings which are accessible to the disabled, because we want the people of Jamaica, whether they are able-bodied or persons with disabilities, to have the same rights and enjoy the same opportunities to participate fully in our society. And for the young people who are creatively minded, and I want to say persons who are proficient in the culture of the country, whether it be the musicians and songwriters, whether it be the sound engineer, whether it be the persons making beautiful craft items out of clay or wood or straw, whatever it is, we will establish the Cultural and Creative Industries Fund of $1 billion a year to support practitioners in the cultural and creative industries so they can help to build brand Jamaica. They can produce things that the tourists here want to buy. They can help Jamaica's economy to move forward, and they can also step up in life because they have the backative of the People's National Party moving them forward, moving them upward, moving them to progress. I recognize that Jamaica needs a strong economy so it can deliver wealth for its people. And for the strong economy to be realized, we have to have a bureaucracy that is fit for purpose, that is delivering the service that the people need, ordinary Jamaican people, business people, efficiently and at a price that is reasonable and without unnecessary headache and frustration when you have to deal with government. When I am Prime Minister of this country, I will take charge of that issue to make the bureaucracy user-friendly, business-friendly, getting behind the businesses of Jamaica so that we can compete globally and we can grow this economy and make Jamaica the great place that it should be, delivering wealth, good opportunities, employment which is decent for the people of the country. We are going to eliminate the abusive use of recurring contracts for tourism workers and other workers. All workers who are permanently employed, in fact, must be treated as such in law so they get their full range of benefits. The next PNP government will do that. And we will be looking at access to beaches around the country and looking what is necessary so that our people can enjoy the beauty of this country. And if they want to go whole of meds on a wonderful beach, they will be able to do so because we will ensure access and we will be negotiating with owners so that those rights are protected and those rights are given full expression. So people, we have a lot of work to do. But the next government of Jamaica will be a government of integrity, led by somebody who is committed to the elimination of corruption and hanky-panky in high and low places. We will support the institutions of the state that are there to ensure that everything is done on a level and that the politics and the governance of the country is clean. We will support the Integrity Commission. We won't seek to undermine or dismantle it. We will ensure that institutions like the Financial Investigations Division, there is no interference in employment of persons leading institutions like that for sinister purposes, because we recognize that those institutions must be above board and we cannot have an interference in processes to employ leaders in those institutions, because that will undermine Jamaica's image internationally. So that is why I'm saying to you, the next time that the election is called, whenever it is called, the next time that Jamaica goes to the polls, is serious business. The future is at stake. We need a government that can deliver a vision of hope for the people. We need a government that will tackle the real and pressing issues that affect your standard of living and your quality of life. We need a government that the people can have trust and confidence in, that will uplift the nation so that the nation can progress, flourish, and generally become the great nation that we are destined to be. That is why we want Bob Marley and Miss Lou to be national heroes, because we recognize their value as symbolisms of excellence and symbolisms of upliftment to the people, and the PNP is all about that. So comrades, whenever Andrew call it, or if him don't call it when the Constitution call it, I'm asking you, please step forward and do your duty to yourself and your family and your community and your constituency and your parish and your nation, Jamaica land we love, and put your eggs beside the head. In the south for Paul Patmore, in the north for Dr. Wickham McNeil, because we're coming to take back and rescue Jamaica, and the word will continue always to be love. Comrades, you look like you're ready. You sound like you're ready. You feel like you're ready. I know you are ready. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people, I say. One love, comrades. God